Hi friends, hope you're doing well today. I am Dr. Vickie from Full Life Chiropractic. I am a chiropractor, an author, and I'm here to help you get and stay strong and healthy from the inside out. So today I'm asking you some questions that I think you might be feeling or needing some help with, and that is, are you needing a physical and or emotional upgrade? So with what's been going on, we are now, hey Maxine, we're still in this pandemic and it's lasting a little longer than most of us expected, and we don't really know how long it's going to continue, or at least how they're controlling it. So there's a lot of, things that can become a repercussion of this. And one of them is emotional stress, and the other is physical stress, because we're all out of our normal routines, and that can be really difficult. So we all also, we're not living our lives the way we're used to, and might be frustrated, and even our living situation can be really challenging. So as far as physical goes, let's talk about physical upgrading, or what isn't working for you physically. And I welcome comments. So if there's something that you're feeling that you'd love me to address, I would be so grateful for you to put a comment below. If there's something physical or emotional that you could use some help with, I would love to help you. As far as physical goes, the saying, we are what we eat. Well, a lot of that is true. We do need to eat healthy to be healthy. And the top things that I highly recommend is cutting out things that we are not able to assimilate well, that our bodies don't digest well, that aren't fortifying our cells. So some of those things are, and I know people hate to hear this, but even if you don't have a gluten issue, or you think that gluten doesn't bother you, there's a very good chance it does. Here in America, gluten is filled with genetically modified substances, and what happens with that is they cause a lot of inflammation in our body, whether we like it or not. So a lot of people say, how do I, lose the belly fat, whatever? How do I get in shape? And, if you're not going gluten-free, then you're kind of missing the boat, and it's so much easier than it seems. As far as gluten goes, just cutting out bread and pasta and processed foods and replacing them with other foods. So you can't just stop eating something, you want to replace it. One of the greatest and the original gluten-free bread, maybe not for celiac disease, I'm not really sure, but if you're gluten intolerant or you just want to start to be gluten-free, try Ezekiel bread. It's been available way before all the other gluten-free breads were available. It's sprouted, so it's a lot easier to digest, and you can get it at pretty much anywhere. I know I used to get it at Trader Joe's, even before anything else was available gluten-free. And it's at most supermarkets. It's called Ezekiel bread, and it really is quite delicious, and you get used to it. Rice cakes as well, like you can do almond butter and jelly on a rice cake, and that will, substitute another kind of bread, and it's got a great texture. So as far as pasta goes, there are some great gluten-free pastas out there, so many, and I'll actually share them with you on the next video that I do. But it's really not that hard because there's so many other options. Hey Ken, I'm encouraging people to ask questions today or post comments below, because I love to get feedback, or even, to help with some things that might be pressing right now for people. But we're talking about emotional and physical upgrades, and I just talked about food. If you can go gluten-free, you're way ahead of the game. It's going to help your body, just avoid inflammation, which is going to also help you. It will help with your weight. It will help with pain. It will help with digestion. Another one is alcohol. Right now, everyone's drinking a lot, and I'm telling you that alcohol swells you up. It causes so much congestion in your liver, and it may give you a quick, happy moment, but in the end, it's going to bring you down. So, if you're going to drink, and I'm not saying stop drinking completely unless you have an alcohol problem, but I'm saying maybe just limit it to the weekends, like have a couple of drinks on the weekends, and, that's it. But during the week, if you could just be alcohol free and find other things to do to soothe you, you're way ahead of the game. Also, processed foods. Start cooking your own foods and prepare in the beginning of the week by, buying a bunch of healthy stuff so you don't, get cravings to like run out and grab a pizza because there's nothing in the house. So just get a whole bunch of fresh, healthy vegetables, get some meats, and some fish. I love the little frozen wild fish that you can do the patties. I got that. I did that last night because it was late and I didn't feel like cooking. So I just took these frozen wild salmon patties, and it took me 3 minutes to make. I threw some spinach in the pan. Voila! Me and my dog had a very healthy dinner. I take really good care of my dog. So avoid processed food. Always eat like food that you make or buy healthy food. Mediterranean food is great. It's super healthy. It's pure, and you know what's in it, right? If you don't know what an ingredient is because you can't make it out by looking at it, there's a good chance you probably shouldn't be eating it. Decrease sugar, right? Sugar's in processed foods. Hey Gina, happy birthday. So, I talk about this a lot. If you love sugar, maybe have a piece of dark chocolate every day, and that'll be and just have one little piece of dark chocolate because that has antioxidant benefits. But other than that, sugar is an addiction. It's probably one of the most unhealthy addictions that there are, believe it or not. Even people that are alcoholics, my theory is they have a sugar addiction. So that's why they drink alcohol, and it's just not a good thing. Hi, Alan. Nice to see you again. So we're talking about things to be physically healthy. It's even if, you can't separate your physical from your emotional. You're all together as one human. So anything you put in your body is going to affect your physical body, but it's also going to affect your emotional body. And when you care for yourself by feeding yourself foods that are nurturing your body, you're also nurturing your soul. And the more you nurture yourself, the better you can take care of everyone, and it really overflows all around you. So it's not selfish to take care of yourself. It's not selfish to eat, really good foods and to exercise, because you're showing by example how you want other people to be, maybe your family members. And again, you can't force people to do things, but you can just take care of yourself, and that's the best way to teach others. The last thing is dairy. Cutting out dairy is a powerful way to help your body heal, to avoid inflammation, pain, and digestive issues. If you really love dairy, go ahead and have some goat cheese, or goat or sheep. Those are much easier to digest. Kefir is also a great option for your gut. It's very healing. But other than that, dairy can be a real irritant. It can cause a lot of inflammation and unwanted, fat on your body. So those are my top ones: gluten, alcohol, processed food, sugar, and dairy. If you could cut those out, you're way ahead of the game. So paleo diet is my favorite, and I have a chapter in my book, and here's my book, about the paleo diet. And I think that's a great diet. And, you don't have to eat a lot of meat to be on the paleo diet. You can have fish and things like that, eggs, but, you're not going to get any really strong protein and all the supplemental vitamins you need unless you have some kind of animal product in your diet. So you're way ahead of the game if you're doing that. And if you're not, then I can't even tell you, because I've tried to do vegan and vegetarian, and I was very irritable and unhappy, and it doesn't work for me, so I can't help you with that. Another great way to lose weight and be healthy is intermittent fasting. It's such an amazing It's actually just a eating pattern. It's not a diet, and it's also in my book. I have a chapter on intermittent fasting. It's been really helpful for me. People are asking me, how did I lose weight? I do intermittent fasting. You know, you just basically don't eat for a long period of time. It doesn't, and it's more, I'll give you more detail in the book, but you just take periods of time where you're not eating, and then you kind of squeeze the food time together, and it can be a full day, or it can be, you know, 5 hours, or it could be 12 hours. It's not that hard. There's lots of information on the internet about it, and it actually helps your blood sugar balance. It helps in so many ways. It helps, you know, you lose weight, and you don't have to be as strict with your food when you're intermittent fasting, because your body will just become more efficient, because all that energy of eating and digesting is no longer, you know, being robbed from your body. So your body can use energy to remove inflammation, for your mind power, for your physical ability to, you know, run and do things, and you're just stronger in the end. So I love intermittent fasting. So that's the physical. And then as far as emotional, right now we're having so much emotional upheaval. I feel it. We all feel it. There's a lot of anger. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of feeling of being feeling helpless. No one diet works for all. That's true. And each person is a different metabolic type. So hold your book slowly. Wait, let me see what, it's hard to see. Oops, I can't. All right. I'm afraid to touch it, but I'm going to ask people if anybody wants a copy of my book. I will post below the actual link, but also what I could do is the Kindle is going to be available soon. So if you put your email down, I will send you a free Kindle copy. I'm afraid to touch the C more because I'm afraid I'm going to lose you, Ken. So, but you can just type it again, but you're right. Everyone is different and everyone has different needs. I'm just saying in general, this is what's worked for me, and I think it works for a lot of people. The great thing about paleo is that it's just pure. Like it's how we used to eat before, you know, processed food came around. Hi, Terry. So that's why I like it, because it's more pure. Like you're eating, you know, the way our ancestors ate way long ago. So, but as far as emotional goes, so with anger, you know, we have to feel the anger completely, and then try to, you know, direct it towards, ask ourselves, what can I do about this? Like, what's my part in this? Where can people get a print copy? Yes, I will post the link below so you can get a copy of the book. But if you want a Kindle copy, I will gift it to whoever puts their email below, or you can message me with your email on Facebook. But with anger gets stored in the liver, and the liver is the main colon of detoxification. So we don't want to be angry for long. We want to try to think about what can we do to nurture ourselves so that we can let go of that anger. That anger can really take us down, and I know the feeling, but you know what? It might just come from sadness and a feeling of not having so much control, and that's okay. Try to get to the root cause of the anger. Hi, Heather. And then take action, because you know, when you take action, you feel like you're making a difference. So even if you're just taking action with yourself and asking yourself, what can I do for myself to make me feel better? And, you know, we all have a toolbox, right? We've all been through hard times before. This might be the hardest time some of you have ever been through. But if you look through your life at the past, there's been other really hard times. And try to think of the things that have helped you in the past, and actually write a list of all the things that have helped you get through hard times in the past. And then you can have that always at your fingertips to turn to when you're struggling. It's really good to know what works for you, because different things work for different people. For me, exercise helps me emotionally be more balanced. I love essential oils. They help me relax. I have this clementine oil here from doTERRA that's super uplifting, so that affects the brain and it helps me feel more happy. Frankincense is another awesome oil for the emotions because it's very soothing and meditative. So is lavender. So these are some things in my toolbox: exercising, getting in nature, meditating, calling a friend that has a similar view. You don't want to call someone if you're angry that has a different viewpoint than you, because that's just going to turn out really bad. But someone that has a similar viewpoint than you, or that's a really good listener and that can just hear you out, that can be super powerful. Sometimes you just have to talk and let out your feelings to another person, or journal. That's another great thing. But as far as the fear, and fear is an emotion that's super necessary. It tells us, and it keeps us out of danger. But when fear is overwhelming you, then that's going to be hurting you in the end. So with fear, you can, either fight or flight. And at the end of the day, flighting is not the best way to go. In other words, flee from the situation. So numb, you withdraw within yourself and don't talk to anybody. These are forms of flight. Or run away. You don't want to run away, right? Because unless you have a great place to run away to. But fighting is better. And when I say fight, I don't mean like start, a physical fight. I don't mean screaming at someone. I mean being in your power. Because when you're in your power, that's when you are the strongest emotionally, and that's when you can make the biggest difference. And you can be in your power in a very, soothing and calm way. You don't have to be in your power in a harsh way, and that's really the best way to be. So in order to go into the fight place, think about more being strong and take action. Okay, so just think about what you need to do to get you out of your funk of where you're at, and then start doing one little action to help you, take better care of yourself and to get out of your funk. And you know what? It may feel uncomfortable and it may, give you a stomach ache or, cold sweats or whatever, but that's okay. Those are just feelings, and feelings are really from thoughts. So it's okay to feel all those things. They're not going to kill you, those feelings. And then once you actually take action to improve your situation, you're going to feel so much better. And again, it doesn't have to be a big action. It can be a little action. So that's, another thing is when you're locked in a negative emotion, what helps me so much is the self-talk. What do I keep telling myself? Am I telling myself, this is something I do. I'll tell you, like one of my kids and I, we don't get along so great some of the time. And I tell myself, she hates me. I didn't even realize I say that all the time, but I do say that all the time. And then I noticed it. I'm like, whoa, like, why am I saying that? That's the story I'm telling myself. So I decided to change it to say, she loves me. And that's so true, because I know she loves me. So now every time I catch myself saying that, I say, she loves me. She loves me. So think about your self-talk, because that's really a big deal. And I used to have a rubber band, and I would hit myself every time I said something bad to myself about myself, because self-talk is really bad. That's like old stories we've been telling ourselves all our lives, or maybe our parents or some kid on the block told us when we were little. But that's not true. That's just, stories that we were told that we've decided were true, but they're not true. So focus on really good self-talk, take action, upgrade your food, move, get moving, start doing some kind of exercise. There's so much out there on YouTube, or even just get outside and go for a nice walk and ground yourself in nature. Those are all really great things to do. And then, I just want to share it in this book, and I'm going to hold it up really slowly. I also have a chapter on essential oils, which is a great thing. Thank you. The Miracle Within. That's the name of the book. Thank you, Maxine. That's my mother-in-law, and she's always on my live. She's my biggest fan, and I love her. But yeah, so essential oils are really powerful. So if you're taking a lot of meds for pain and inflammation, you can do one little action step and you can start using an essential oil blend. And Deep Blue is a great essential oil blend. Here it is. It's by doTERRA. If you're interested, just, right below, and I can give you more information. Another great thing for inflammation and pain, instead of taking meds, would be CBD oil. And actually, my CBD oils just went down in price. So if you're looking for some, they just got discounted 20%. So this is a great time to load up on CBD oils. I have a ton of them in stock, and the price is unbelievable, and you're getting excellent quality. I swear by everything I sell. I use it myself, and I wouldn't sell it unless I 100% believed in it. So if you're into CBD oil or you want more information, there's another chapter in my book on CBD oil. So there's all this great information in this book that I would love to share with you. I will share the link below. If you're interested in chiropractic, it helps on so many levels, helps emotionally, physically, and biochemically for you to improve your health from the inside out. It's safe, it's gentle, and it's super effective. Especially now when we really want to upgrade our health, our emotional health, and our physical health. Chiropractic is a game changer, so I can't recommend it more, and I'd love for you to be my patient and to come to me. But if you're not in the area, I can recommend people in other areas as well. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you for all the feedback. And again, if you're interested in the Kindle copy, put it below that you're interested, and then you can message me on the back. On Messenger. If you don't want to put your email, if you put your email, I will also send it, and then I will put the link below for the book. Thanks so much. I wish you guys a great week. I will see you again next week. Have a wonderful time, and thanks so much for watching. Bye.